Hello and good day everyone. Welcome to our English class. So, how are you today? I hope that everyone are doing well and good so that you can learn a lot today. So, for today's lesson, we are going to learn a new topic. I promise to you that this topic is really interesting and fun, and I really hope that everyone can stay focused in the class and participate in all activities provided. So, are you excited, kids? Because I am. So, let's start the class. For today's lesson, we are going to learn about comparative and superlative adjective. I can guarantee that everyone ever heard about adjective, but have you ever heard about comparative and superlative adjective? If no, don't worry, because today we are going to learn it together. Please make sure that you jot down all the notes given and do all the activities provided. I promise to you that you can understand this topic well if you listen to this video until the end. So, let's begin our class. Before we start our class, I would like to introduce ourselves first. For today's lesson, you will be taught by 4 teachers. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Irdina Shahira and you can call me Miss Irdina.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Azhar.
Hello, my name is Miss Fatin.
Hello, my name is Miss Najwa.
Alright, so all the teachers already introduced themselves, right? So for today's lesson, we have me, Miss Irdina, Sir Azhar, Miss Fatin, and also Miss Najwa. So without wasting any time, let's begin the class. Are you ready? If yes, let's go! Alright students, so let's begin our lesson for today. So look at the first slide. There's a boy in the slide, right? So the best adjective to describe a boy is tall. So read after me. Tall. Okay, good. So a boy, remember a boy is tall. The next one is a ball. So read after me. A ball. Okay, good. So the best adjective to describe a ball is big. Read after me. Big. Okay, good. Okay, another word for today is a ruler. So read after me. Ruler. Okay, so as stated in the slide, the best adjective to describe a ruler is long. So read after me again. Long. Okay, good. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, student, look at the slide. There are 3 boys, right? So just like I said before, the best adjective to describe this boy is tall. So can you find the difference between these 3 boys? Can you compare it? Okay, can you think why I use tall to one boy, taller to one boy, and tallest to one boy? Can you guess why we didn't use tall to all these 3 boys when we put them together in one picture? Do you have any idea?
In this picture, we have 3 different types of balls with 3 different sizes, which are football, basketball, and beach ball. The football is big. The basketball is bigger than the football. And the beach ball is the biggest all of the balls. In the next picture, we have the picture of ruler with different length. The first ruler is long. The second ruler is longer than the first ruler, and the last ruler is the longest all of the ruler. Okay everyone, please read the words shown. Number 1, beautiful. Number 2, small. Number 3, happy. Number 4, clean. And number 5, expensive. Okay everyone, let's learn more about comparative and superlative.
Alright, let's take a look at this video. Please watch and listen carefully.
Comparative and superlative. In this lesson, I will go through the difference between these 2 types of adjectives. An adjective describes a noun. Comparative adjectives compares things or people. So this is a comparison between two nouns. So we compare one with the other. For example, this apple is bigger than that apple. Notice that the adjective ends in er and is followed by than. Bigger than. Superlative adjectives compare one thing or person with all other things or people in a group. Therefore, it's a comparison of a noun with all other nouns in a group. For example, this apple is the biggest. Notice that we use the article the followed by the adjective ending in est. There are several rules that we need to follow when forming the comparative adjective or superlative adjectives. These depend on the letter in the word or the number of syllables. If you would like to learn more about the rules you need to follow when forming comparative and superlative adjectives, then click the video here.
Okay, students, so we are going to learn about comparison of adjective. Okay, there are two types of comparison of adjective. The first one is comparative and the second one is superlative. Okay, for comparative, comparative is a word that describes a noun by comparing it to another noun. Comparative adjectives typically end in er and are followed by the word than. Okay, moving on to superlative. Superlative is a word that describes a noun by comparing it to two or more nouns to the highest or lowest degree. Superlative adjectives typically end in est and are preceded by the word the. Okay, students, now let's take a look at the notes for comparison of adjective. Big, bigger, biggest. Okay, remember for comparative adjective, after adding er on the adjective, you need to add than. Okay, for superlative adjective, you need to put the before the superlative and add est. Okay, now let's take a look at the example. Okay, for adjective with one syllable, for example, clear, clearer, clearest. Okay, for adjective with one syllable, for comparative adjective, you need to add er. And for superlative adjective, you need to add est. Okay, dark, darker, darkest. Okay, now moving on to one syllable ending with e. Wise, wiser, wisest. Okay, for comparative adjective, for adjective with one syllable ending with e, you need to add r. And for superlative adjective, you need to add st. Okay, simple, simpler, simplest. Okay, now, next, adjective ending with one vowel and one consonant. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Okay, for comparative adjective, you need to add er. And for superlative adjective, you need to add est. Okay, fat, fatter, fattest. Moving on with adjective with two syllables ending in y, for example, busy, busier, busiest. Okay, students, now let's take a look. In order for us to add er for comparative adjective and est for superlative adjective, you need to convert the alphabet y with I. Okay, remember that. Busy, busier, busiest. merry, merrier, merriest. Okay? Alright, now let's take a look at the example of adjective with 3 or more syllables. Okay, creative, more creative, and most creative. Okay, for adjective that have 3 or more syllables, you doesn't have to add er, est, or etc in the adjective. You just need to add more plus the adjective or most plus the adjective. For example, for comparative adjective, you need to add more and then add your adjective. For superlative form, you need to add most plus your adjective. Okay, popular, more popular, most popular. Okay? Alright, the last one, irregular adjective. Okay? What is irregular adjective? Okay, stay tuned because we are going to learn about it later. Okay, now let's just take a look at the example of irregular adjective. Good, better, best. Bad, worse, worse. Little, less, least. Much, more, most. Okay, students? Okay, now we are going to do some exercises of comparative and superlative adjective in order to figure out either you have understand so far throughout our lesson for today. Okay, please complete the sentences below using either comparative or superlative adjective correctly. Okay, I will give you around 5 minutes to complete the sentences below. Please pause this video for around 5 minutes. Your time starts now. Okay, your time is up. Now, let's take a look at the correct answer. Okay, please tick if you got the answer correctly and do correction if you answer wrongly. Okay, the first question, it is the most beautiful place you can imagine. Second one, island life is healthier than city life. Third, Hakim looks more handsome than usual today. Fourth, her mom gave her smaller slice of cake from her sister and brother. The last one, Zafran is taller than Faid in height. Okay, count how many answers that you got correctly and write it down on your notebook. Moving on to the next part of our exercise. Okay, please write a sentence for each adjective and situation. Okay, I will give you around 5 minutes as well. Okay, please complete this exercise. You may pause the video for 5 minutes. Okay, the time is up. Now, take a look at your sentences. Okay, compare it with the answer given. If your answer are the same with the answer given, then you may take down your answer, okay? The first one, the shyest. Second one, more beautiful. Third one, better. Fourth, the happiest. And lastly, most interesting. Okay, count down how many answers that you got correctly. Okay, students, last exercise of the day. Please solve this irregular adjective in their correct comparative and superlative form. Okay, I will give you around 3 minutes only. You may pause this video to answer this exercise. Oops, the time is up. Now, let's take a look at the correct answer. Good, better, best. Much, more, most. Little, less, least. Okay. Count down how many answers that you got correctly. Now, I will pass to the next presenter, Miss Wawa.
Okay, now we are going to be learning about irregular adjective. So, Irregular adjectives are the adjective that makes comparative and superlative forms of the adjective words. Irregular adjectives use completely different forms. So, for example, as we can see in the table, they are presented to you right now. So, the first examples are, okay, the adjective is good, and the comparative terms for the good adjective is better, and their superlative words for the good adjective is the best. So we can see on the example of sentence that are written in the box. Okay, so for the first example, I feel better today. Second example, Mark is the best footballer in the university. So you can look at all of the irregular adjective with in the box that are being presented to you. So you can read all of it and read the example sentences of the irregular adjective. Next, we are going to do some exercises about irregular adjective. So you must get in pair to do this exercise. So please complete this table together with your partner. You can look at the table being given to you. The word is dirty, nice, handsome, and so on. So you must find the comparative words for the words that have been given on the left side of the box, and then after you find the comparative word, you shall find the superlative words for it. Okay, now we have arrived at the game sections of this lecture. So first, read the game instruction that are given. Okay, so first, look and compare the given pictures in the game, and then answer the questions by using comparing adjective, that is comparative adjective, and superlative adjective. Okay, so for the first questions in the game, which is hotter? So first, we have fire. Second, we have lava. And third, we have sun. So which one of these do you think is the hottest? Okay, now the answer for the previous slide is fire. So the first one is what we would call hot. And then lava. Lava is hotter than fire. So between the three elements being given to you, fire, lava, and sun, so the sun is the hottest one of them all. So do you get it? Okay, if it is still unclear for you, now we have the next questions, that is which is taller. So here we have three animals. One is alpaca, second is camel, and third is giraffe. So which one of it do you think is the tallest one? Okay, drum rolls. Okay, so the alpaca is what we call tall. Between alpaca and camel, camel is slightly higher. So camel is taller. So between the three of them, alpaca, camel, and giraffe, giraffe is the tallest one. Thus, the superlative word is tallest for giraffe. So we have come to the end of the game. So the last question is, which is the fastest? So the option being given are jaguar, tiger, and cheetah. So which one do you think is the fastest? Okay, so we have come at the end of our game, and the answer for the previous slide is first, jaguar is what we would call fast. Tiger, faster, as tiger is faster than jaguar. And last but not least, cheetah, fastest, as cheetah is the fastest among all of the three animals included. Okay, we have come to the end of our lesson for today. So what do you think that we have learned for today? Okay, let me recap it very quickly for you. So first, we have learned about comparative adjective, second, superlative adjective. Both of these adjectives are what known as comparing adjective. So with this adjective, we have given you plenty of examples to make sure that it is going to be easier for you to use this adjective in the future. So I hope that you have learned your lesson, and if there are still some things that you didn't understand, you could maybe ask questions after this. So I think that's all from me, Miss Najwa, Miss Fatin, Miss Irdina, and Mr. Azhar. I hope that you have learned quite a lot for today. So thank you for listening to our lecture, and we will see you in the next class.